Yes, you read that title correctly. After a questionable year with Black Ops 6 and plenty of doubts, even after promising myself not to get caught up in the new game launch hype, I have found myself emerging on the other side more excited for the launch of Black Ops 7 than ever. And you know what? That is okay. Let's talk about why. Now, I've been through the COD hype cycle more than a few times in my life. I know how this works. The devs will trot out new features trying to make the latest game look shiny and exciting, right as the momentum on the old game starts to die down. After buying into the Black Ops 6 hype cycle and returning to the Call of Duty series for the first time in many years, I promised myself that this year would be different. This year, I would not sip the Kool-Aid like I did with BO6, and I would hold off on pre-ordering or purchasing the new game until well after launch, but, well, let's just say I think that Treyarch aren't pulling any punches this year. And it might be some grade A copium, but I'm actually starting to get excited for this game to come out. If you're anything like me, you grew up playing this series. Call of Duty is not only one of the best-selling game franchises of all time, but it also happens to be a staple in my life. Some of the best times I've ever had, times where I had a consistent group of friends to hang out with all the time, and when the weight of the world wasn't quite on my shoulders yet, were underscored by countless late-night hours playing round after round of COD multiplayer. And while this series has had some pretty great ups and some truly disappointing downs, for a lot of us it has remained a go-to game, a guilty pleasure at times, but a comfort game for a lot of us. So what is it that's drawing me in and making me drop my guard when it comes to BO7? In my opinion, the changes that the devs seem to be pushing with the launch of this new game have not only been well received by fans, but also long overdue. For years, players have rallied against the oppressive matchmaking and immersion-shattering cosmetics that have infested the game. And finally, it seems like Activision are not in a position where they can just ignore the masses and go back to the way things were with their regular scheduled programming. On top of that, the devs are loosening the reins on their aggressive skill-based or engagement-based matchmaking for the first time since at least 2019, giving us a wider variety of teammates and enemies to face with faster queue times. We have the recent success of Battlefield 6 to thank for this. And I don't think we would be seeing any of these great changes that players have been begging for without that game releasing. While I'm still having a fun time exploring a Battlefield game for the first time in many years, it just doesn't scratch the same itch that Call of Duty does for me at the end of the day. But that's okay because I personally feel like we're in a win-win scenario. I get another great game to grind and play with my group of friends in Battlefield, and then one of my favorite game franchises finally steps up their game to compete and deliver more to its players. It's like the meme with the bake sale where one person made a cake but the other cake just looks better and they're so obsessed with how terrible their cake looks by comparison, but the person enjoying the bake sale is just stoked to have two cakes. That's how I feel. I am spoiled for choice right now. If you find yourself excited to play Black Ops 7, please don't feel like you're alone because of all the negative coverage online. It's hard sometimes to remember how many people actually still enjoy Call of Duty, just because of all the noise on social media and from major influencers. It is commonplace to bash on COD, as preaching to the choir that already dislikes the game generates a ton of clicks and views. But there are still a ton of people who play the game every year without engaging with any of the social media posts or YouTube videos that you see. They're just quietly minding their business and enjoying a game they've loved year after year. These are the super casual fans, players that have been playing for a long time, and I personally think that the average Andys and casual Kevins playing this game will have a much better experience in Black Ops 7 due to the recently announced changes. Specifically, persistent lobbies and relaxed matchmaking will make for a more fun, less sweaty experience for a majority of players. And I personally think that it will bring back a lot of feelings of community that Call of Duty has been desperately missing as of recently. Even if the average player doesn't understand all these positive changes, they will still feel it, and that is what is important. As long as we don't see Treyarch go back on their word, revert these matchmaking changes, or introduce more anime farting unicorn skins to the game when Season 1 launches, I think that we will have a great year of COD ahead of us. Here's to hoping for the best, and don't worry. If things take a turn, you can rest assured that I will be here, ready to hold the devs' feet to the fire. I want to know what you guys think, though. Are you excited for the launch of Black Ops 7, or are you going to sit this year out? Let me know in the comments down below, and be sure to subscribe for more Call of Duty coverage. But that's enough of my ranting for today. I'm Haunted House, and thanks for watching.